Well, I want to thank Americas Latino Festival, the third annual festival, for this award that you've been kind enough to bestow me with. I'm very humbled and appreciative of it, and particularly from the folks that it's coming from, like-minded individuals. It's particularly meaningful in a very personal way, and I thank you for that. I want to also thank the advisory board of the festival for nominating me for this award and for presenting the award. And I also want to thank the sponsors for their generosity in helping with this festival. And Irene Vilar, congratulations again, the founder and director of the festival. Thank you very much. I wanted to take this opportunity not only to thank you, but to also tell all the organizations that are there today that this festival comes at a great time. As our ascendancy in terms of our community in dealing with the issues that affect us, from climate change to clean air, clean water, environmental justice, species protection, the public's right to know and participate, and the bedrock laws that have preserved and protected this environment in this country for generations. While they're at risk, your presence is strengthening our ability to fight the rollbacks and to keep these laws from being dismantled. And in particular, raising the issue of civic engagement and the Latinos' place at the table of the environmental agenda, which in reality is the agenda of America and the agenda of the world, I think has been a great progress in the last 2 or 3 years, and I want to thank you for all your hard work. You know, I've been in public life longer than I want to remember, and there's always been a tendency for Latinos to be stereotyped as to what issues and what politics we should be promoting. An effort to marginalize us as to, you need to worry about those issues and others need to worry about other issues. The environment is a good example where, you know, there was some sense, not any longer, but there was some sense that was an issue in which Latinos neither had the capacity, the interest, or the ability to provide leadership to that issue. Well, that's all changed, and I'm glad for it. And I happen right now to have the good fortune of being the ranking member for the Democrats on the Natural Resources Committee. And our efforts there are in conjunction with your efforts to try to fully integrate the movement for preservation and conservation in this country so that it represents the vast and strong diversity of this country of ours. 2, to deal with fundamental questions of environmental justice, that there be no disparate both treatment and effect by the lack of remediation and attention to the very critical issue of climate change. So it's not the poor, so it's not the people of color that end up carrying the burden for the lack of progress and the lack of depth and understanding on the part of the United States Congress. And the other issue I think that is important to recall is the leadership development. As our nation demographically shifts, so will the need for the leadership in the environmental community to also shift and become more fully integrated. I say that because one of the ways that we can protect and conserve the basic laws that I spoke of earlier is by having a very strong and diverse constituency that protects and defends those laws. And the Latino community needs to be and is rapidly becoming an integral part of that protection. With that comes also the responsibility that we have to each other, organizationally, to make sure organizations fully integrate our community into the issue, and as a community, to fully educate and motivate our communities so that what we know in polls, what we know in surveys, the strong support that our community has for taking action against climate change, for getting away from a total fossil fuel dependent energy source, for a civic engagement that involves all of the country, and all its diverse communities, that our community strongly supports that. And we have a responsibility to lead and to also be there to educate and motivate. I want to tell you that this Nuestro Padre Award is a very big deal to me. It's something that for a long time, as we worked on environmental issue, many of us felt isolated and alone. Well, that corner's been turned. And much of that credit goes to many of the organizations that are present there. And I could identify League of Conservation Voters and their initiatives, Earth Justice, and the fact that they have a very strong and integrated agenda that affects all communities in this country in their advocacy. And I could point to others. But today, you know, the festival has been a gathering ground. And the mission of the festival is to extend itself beyond Denver, and you're doing that. We've had hearings on environmental justice in this committee. We've had roundtables with Latino leaders, women leaders, soon Native American leaders across this country. And what we're doing is expanding that agenda. Just like the festival has done, we are attempting to do that too. So I look forward to continuing to be not only an ally, but a working partner. And I regret very much not being there with you today. And please understand, the significance of this award is in no way diminished by the fact that I'm not there. It is profound to me personally, and it's energizing to many of us that we know that there's still toiling to be done, but that we have the wind to our back. Thank you very much.